Hey y'all, and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. I, for the first time in pretty much my entire pregnancy so far, craved chicken today, which for some of you who may not know, I'm pregnant. We are almost halfway through the second trimester, which is crazy that we're almost halfway through the pregnancy. Like in general, it's insane. And one of my biggest issues with this pregnancy has been that my diet has just totally changed. I have not really enjoyed meat much since I found out I was pregnant, but I'm slowly starting to get the taste back for it. Chicken though has been, for me, like what took the biggest hit. Chicken maybe 3 times, which is saying a lot for me because pretty much had chicken 2 to 3 times a week. So yeah, it's been hard. Not that I haven't enjoyed it while I've eaten it, it's just when I think about eating it and I think about the smell of it and I think about it raw, I don't know, it made me nauseous, made me queasy. So the fact that I am daring to try it tonight speaks volumes. So like I said, I've had chicken 3 times since I found out I was pregnant. And 2 of those times it's been fried and I've done fine with it. And today, for some reason, fried chicken with like some type of beans or something just sounded really good. And I have had, like I said, a lot of struggles with my diet. I haven't really craved much. I haven't really wanted much. I've pretty much just stuck with like carbs and vegetables because that's really all my stomach can handle. So when I want something, I like have to have it right away and jump on that like craving or that desire to have it, because if I don't, I'm just not gonna end up wanting to eat it, and I'm not gonna wanna eat anything else, and it's just blah. So it has really much gotten to the point where if I think about it and I want it, I have to have it at that point in time. I'm gonna be cooking some butter beans, just some fresh frozen butter beans. These still do take a little bit of time. If you wanted to cut back on some time, you could definitely use canned. And then we're also gonna fry some chicken. Now this isn't typically what we would endeavor on for a weeknight, but like I said, mama wanted chicken, so mama's having chicken. But it's not too bad. I mean, it's already 6 o'clock, but it's daylight savings time. Finally, I don't know about anybody else, but we love when it's finally daylight savings time because we love being outside, especially right now. The weather is perfect. It's still kind of cool. It's not too hot and muggy, and it's weather that makes you like want to be outside as long as possible. So when it turns to this time of year, we definitely spend more time outside. We're up a little bit later. We're cooking a little bit later. I know when Ryan gets home, he's gonna want to mess with the garden, so we're gonna be outside. So we'll just fry the chicken out there just so it's not all the mess and the greasy smell inside. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna be having some fried chicken and some butter beans. I'm gonna cook the butter beans down with a little bit of a roux, some chopped seasoning, and some smoked sausage. And we're just gonna let that chill and simmer until we're ready to eat later on. That'll give it plenty enough time. Have some rice, and of course the star of the show, fried chicken. So let me go ahead and show y'all what I've gotten done so far, which pretty much is nothing. All right, so I have some butter and some vegetable oil that I kind of let get a little too carried away over here. I put my heat on low, but me and this damn electric burner just don't get along. So in here, I have about 2 tablespoons of butter and about 2 to 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. When I make a roux, I typically make it with butter more often, but sometimes I like to mix it up. So now I'm coming in with about 1/4 cup of some flour. Now I'm not looking to make like a huge thick roux. I kind of just want something that's gonna like barely thicken these. I don't like when my butter beans are too crazy thick, but I do like to add that flavor of the roux, but I don't want them to be like totally soupy. So that's why I like to make the roux. So this isn't gonna get them like too thick, but it is gonna give it a nice kind of creamy flavor. So my butter was already browned, which actually is a happy mistake sometimes. When you brown your butter before you make your roux, it kind of just gives your roux a really nice deep flavor. So I have my heat on low now. As you can tell, my roux already has some really great color. Already it smells really good just from that butter kind of getting browned up a little bit. So I'm just gonna watch this closely while I get my chopped seasonings put together. Don't forget, make sure you put all of your chopped seasoning bits and pieces in this little goodie bag that goes in the freezer. Helps make really yummy stock. So cut this onion in half. I'm gonna use the bigger half. I'm not gonna use the whole onion. And I'm just gonna peel the skin off. What I told y'all, it never fails. When I chop this sausage, this little boy shows up. You want this? Sit. Good boy. That's his favorite thing. Cheers. Non-alcoholic beer, let me tell you. Ain't nothing better when you're pregnant and you want a real beer. For those of you who may be pregnant like me, who is missing the indulgence of a little, you know, alcohol, let's just keep it real. Coors non-alcoholic beer, out of all of the millions that I've tasted, is the best one. Alright y'all, so just a quick update on what we did. I went ahead and seasoned all of my chicken, as y'all saw, with just some salt, some pepper, and some Slappy Mama. That's really all Ryan's grandma ever uses. She may use Tony's instead of the Slappy Mama, but I prefer Slappy Mama. So just very, very gently just went through with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and the Slappy Mama, just because that has pepper and salt in it already, so I don't want to overdo it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to batter our bread, our chicken. So this is just a little bit of salt, pepper, and some cayenne for some heat. Ryan's grandma doesn't typically put any seasoning in her flour, but I did, just, you know, because I'm extra. Sometimes I'll even add in a little bit of garlic and onion powder. You can really season it however you like, but we like to keep it super, super simple. So now I'm just gonna bread it up. Ryan's home, we're gonna get the grease going. I like to bread it pretty early just because I find that the longer the chicken sits with the breading, I don't know, I just feel like it gets crispier. I don't know, just a habit of mine. So I'm gonna get it breaded up, and then we'll be ready to go once the oil gets nice and hot. So why are you poking it?
To let grease in.
I put you on the spot? So we have figured these size pieces take about 15 minutes?
Give or take.
Give or take 15 minutes?
12.
12?
Really.
Pick one. I say 15. 15 is usually what we do. So you're poking it constantly. That's gonna let the grease in. And Ryan's grandma says that this helps it cook more evenly. And I think it probably helps it cook a little quicker too, since that hot oil is getting in there the whole time. And the oil we use for this is this corn oil. This is the only oil we've ever fried the chicken with. This is what Ryan's grandma always uses. She swears by it. What this oil is really cool about is that it really, like, the chicken's not even greasy. Like, I'll show y'all over here. We put it on this platter. You don't need any kind of paper towels or anything to soak up the oil because it's not even greasy at all, which is really nice. So corn oil is what we use, and we put the temperature to about 350 to start, and then by the time you put the chicken in, it comes down to about 325, which we have concluded is the perfect temperature. Ryan's grandma don't use a thermometer. I don't know what the hell she does, but
we're not on that level.
We're not on that level. It don't matter what size pot, it don't matter what burner, it don't matter what type of chicken, it don't matter what time of day. She don't use no thermometer, but we need a thermometer. So 325, poke it constantly, and about 15 or so minutes for these larger pieces like your legs and your thighs.